So I'm having some problems with my tomatoes. Here are some tomatoes that I planted quite late, so they're still very small. But they're looking quite nice. You see all the leaves are nice and the way they should be. But with my big tomatoes, I'm having some issues. So here's one of the bigger like beef tomato plants, and this one looks pretty good. You can see the leaves are all straight and pretty nice. And here behind here you can see one that's not so good. The leaves are a little bit more curled up, but this one is not a good example of the issue that I'm dealing with. It's more like this one. You see, the leaves here are all curling up like this, and I'm not sure what the issue is. It's annoying to me because I think they're not feeling well. I think it might be the heat. It's been way too warm these last few days, and even though I've opened up the grow house, they don't seem to do too well. I'm beginning to think that tomatoes are not that simple to grow, and but on the other hand, what I'm going to grow a lot more in the coming years, I think, instead of tomatoes, are these. Let's see if I can get to them. These are my tomatillos. So these are, I think, a Mexican tomato relative that seems much easier to grow. So these are my new favorite. You see the leaves here are all very nice, and you can see inside here, see if I can show you these small bells here, and that's where the tomatillos are growing, they look very similar to something called physalis. I don't know if that is the word in English, but here in Swedish we call it physalis. These are like a kind of like a tomato hybrid, tomato physalis hybrid plant, I think. But they seem way sturdier than all of my tomatoes, basically, that are dealing with this to some extent. And you can see here is another example. And if someone is watching this and can tell me what might be the issues with these tomatoes here, I would appreciate any suggestion. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing now to try to counteract this, see if I can fix the problem, if I can heal them somehow. Because here we have another one. I put it outside to see if you can see here, maybe it's a little bit curled up, but I think it's a little bit better now than it was yesterday. So maybe some cooler climate and outside of the I say guest house all the time, outside of the grow house might help them, because I did put one down here close to these are sugar peas. I don't know if that is the word in English, but next to my sugar peas I put this tomato, and this was more curled up like 2 days ago, and now it looks way better. So maybe that's a way to heal it. I'm hopeful anyways. And let's see, I have one that's been growing like in a weird way, but here, let's see if I can show you. This one also has these issues, right? And it's a bit annoying because I did plant a lot of tomatoes and really hoped that I would get a nice big tomato harvest. But I am a newbie at this, and never done this before, and what I'm learning is that tomatoes is not that easy to grow all the time. It can happen like this. I've read that it might be something in the soil that I used that creates this issue, and it might also be the heat, and it definitely have been way too hot in the grow house this last week or so, or maybe 2 weeks, I don't know. So yeah, you see here again, this is the issue here, right here. At least this one has tomato growing on it, so I'm not too sad about this one, because it seems to still it seems to produce tomatoes. I have another one that I tried. So what I'm trying is that I put different tomatoes in different areas in the garden to see if it's like if they feel better if they're more in the shade, a little bit cooler, now that they have this issue. Or if there's nothing I can do about it, then I'm just gonna let them grow as much as possible. And next year plant a lot more tomatillos, because this one, it's like mediocre. It has the issue, but how much, I don't know. It has a little bit of flowers, so hopefully it's still gonna give me some tomatoes. But yeah, let's see. I put one over here as well. This one was like one of the worst ones. As you can see, it does look a little bit better, so I don't know, maybe it will help. Here we have, oh, it's a little bit dark here, sorry. Same thing here, but it is giving tomatoes, so it might not be that bad anyways. So yeah, if someone sees this, I would be very happy to get some advice about what you can do with tomatoes where the leaves are curling up and it doesn't seem to feel too well. So this is just a quick update about my not feeling so well tomatoes, and I'll see you next time.